Everybody knows about 32 Fords. They're beautiful. They're an icon, maybe the icon of the entire hot rod history. This is a 32 Ford, but boy, is this a different 32 Ford. Tell us about it.
Yep, no, that was the idea. We actually built this car to compete in the America's Most Beautiful Roadster competition at the Grand National Roadster Show.
The Amber Award?
The Amber. But the idea was to do a 32 Roadster because, I mean, that is kind of the iconic car, but how do you do one different when there's, you know, 500,000 of them, or I don't know how many. Just about every dimension and every piece of it, including, you know, the body and the sheet metal, have been reworked, modified, changed, you know, reshaped in one way or another. So the first thing that you'll notice is that it's a little bit lower and sleeker than a typical 32 Ford because it's got a 2-inch section taken out of the whole body. Then the wheel wells have been moved up 5 inches. All of the door gaps have been changed a little bit, and the radius have been rounded a little bit. And a lot of kind of structural race-inspired bracing and gusseting are obvious, like on the firewall and all over pieces of the car. So that's kind of where the direction took us. So it's really race-inspired yet classy with a little bit of European design element, like the exposed hinges, the flip-top cap. Those are kind of European sports car elements. So that's kind of how this evolved.
Obviously a Chrysler Hemi in here, the history of this motor and the choice because it's traditional, and then you have what appears to be the injection here.
Yes, the engine was originally slated to go in a top fuel dragster in the 60s called the Rat Trap. It just so happened I ended up with it. It didn't go in the car, wasn't even built for it yet, but that was what the intention was for the engine. Then the injection, that's vintage Hillborn. They don't make that model anymore. It was specific to 50s, 60s era. But what we have done is we've taken all the electronics from a modern fuel injection system and hidden them under the valley pan and retained all of the mechanical.
Down in this area.
Yeah, right under there. All of these lines are what would be the original mechanical lines, but we've retained those to run to a distribution block here, which gives the computer a vacuum signal. But on the original version of this would have been a barrel valve. So it still retains the exact look of the mechanical system, but it's run by computer.
If some of our viewers out there are watching this show and they're thinking, this guy's got some pretty good ideas and he seems to, you know, the impression is you know what you're doing here.
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. How would they get in contact with you?
You can look at our website. It's hollywoodhotrods.com. And of course, we're in Burbank, and you can always just call us up.
Mm-hmm. And amazingly enough, we're looking at the website address right now.
That's great.
Yeah. Troy, thank you very much for having us here. This Hollywood Hot Rods is an amazing place. You are an amazing artist and metal man and everything else I can think of. So again, thank you very much for being on the Vintage Vehicle Show.
Thank you for coming by.
All right. And thank you for watching the Vintage Vehicle Show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this show, then tune in again next time. Until then, bye-bye.